We talked about all those issues, Jen, and we talked about a number of issues beyond that. And so certainly those things came up. But again, we just could not get to a situation where the Iranians were willing to accept our terms. I think that we were quite flexible. We were quite accommodating. The president told us, you need to come here in good faith.
How often did you communicate with President Trump throughout the negotiations? There were reports that there were multiple rounds where there were breaks in between negotiations. How often did you communicate with the president throughout those rounds, and what was he saying as you were going through these negotiations that you said fell short?
Yeah, obviously we were talking to the president consistently. I don't know how many times we talked to him, a half dozen times. We were constantly in communication with the team because we were negotiating in good faith. And we leave here with a very simple proposal, a method of understanding that is our final and best offer. We'll see if the Iranians accept it. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Trump them ain't playing, man. You gonna either sign right here or we taking over this motherfucker. You feel me? But what's the terms? You can't just go over there and just be like, all right, we want y'all to do this, we want y'all to do that. Y'all not doing this. But you can't just go to somebody else's house and tell them how to run their house. It's just not gonna happen. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this.
Not to accept our terms. Questions? Come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. And we've made that as clear as we possibly could, and they have chosen not to accept our terms. We've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on.
Trump, I thought we won. What happened? Don't look like we winning. They still doing whatever they want to do. You feel me? Like, they ain't accept nothing. So why you over here talking about we winning? But we ain't even win. Get your shit together. Talking way too soon.